unless we have relationship like it should, guess what? No favor will come our way like it's supposed to. It will come, but not at the magnitude that it can. Hello, church. Think of this. Okay, my son Pastor Z. Some will say, okay, because she's my wife, I have no other choice to have a relationship with her. Okay, fine. That's the truth. But how many of you in the congregation recognize that it's still my responsibility to have also a relationship with you? But the relationship is different from the spouse to the sheep. Because what I can do with the spouse, what I can do for the spouse, I can't do to the sheep or for the sheep continually. But the relationship must remain consistent. It's difficult to have what's called shepherds in place, and you're not willing to have relationship with sheep. And when sheep are damaged, you're not willing to work with them to help them. So David said to them, the Lord is my shepherd. In other words, we have a relationship, but the relationship is based on a call and a cause. A call and a cause. A call and a cause. It is educational to build you to understand the level that's in your life and how you're going to achieve them. And we have to be careful when we speak of relationship that it's not misinterpreted either. Because relationship can be misinterpreted. Because these relationships are not sexual relationships. They're platonic relationships, but they're godly relationship. Yes. And that must be understood for and foremost. Amen. Because the Father, when the Bible speaks of worship, it speaks of relationship. But it's not worshiping a person, but it's having what's called a great respect to understand the platonic relationship that exists between you and them. So when he says, the Lord is, he said in the place you're why? The very existence of God is based on how we handle him. Until we come to him and speak with him and provoke him, you don't have the relationship that you thought you can have. So don't think about it, just do it. And that's make the difference. The existence of life is according to what? The ultimate position given to every person to function. So it said, when he said the Lord is, it simply means he exists to do what? To help us to come to what's called an ultimate position and how to function according to the call on your life. And don't you ever allow anyone to tell you that you're not called. The reason why you're saved is because you're called. The reason why you're saved is because you have a cause on your life. The reason why you're saved is because you have something to give to someone else that have the need. And you have the pattern in you to pass to them. But it's the problem. Unless you're actually actively reading and studying and driving yourself crazy, you believe you have nothing. It's the life from the pit of hell. Don't you know just life alone teaches you how to handle folks? Every person here in the sound of my voice, you have suffered through something in your life already. What you've gone through is literally an experience that will help someone else. And it doesn't have to be the word, but it is a word. It doesn't have to be Bible, but it is a word. It doesn't have to be a text, but it is a word. If you think for a moment, the thing that you've suffered through, and you wonder where you came out of it alive, when you could have died, some of us, and you haven't. Could have driven you crazy, and you haven't. Simply means it was a moment in time that God allowed this in your life. Why? To bring you to a place to understand who you are and whose you are. Why? There's someone coming after you. So what you suffered in 10 years, you can deliver someone in 10 minutes. Because you are the call, you are the gift, you are the distinction that will make a difference in your lives. We must understand that. The Lord is, what is he? Your shepherd. David presents a scene of his life experience, which called pastoral care. And don't you ever believe that you're not under pastoral care. You are. Are you part of it? Yes, you are. Are you a member of the body of Christ? Yes, you are. Do you have or know pastoral care? Yes, you do. You can pastor someone that needs help. It's not from the pulpit that pastoral care is effective. It's beyond the pulpit. And folks don't want to hear that. Because everyone wants a pulpit. And too many folks have pulpit and don't know what they're talking about. And they have become annoying to others. If they don't annoy you, they annoy me. I listen to them. And they actually have nothing to say. I mean, as a pastor, I should make a statement like that, but it's a reality. Because you live it every day. You know, folks, that you ask them a question, and when you ask them a question, come on, hear my question. What's that? What are you saying to me? Don't speak in tongues. I ask you a question, give me an answer. And you're supposed to be a shepherd. Every sheep can become eventually a shepherd. If you're tied into what's called a relationship with the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. David taking them to a place and taking us to a place for us to understand foundational work, which must be familiar to all of us. All of us. I know there are many of us that we have not had what's called a good family setting in your home. A father may not have been there like he should have been, or the mother may not have been there like they should have been, or the family structure. Let me be honest with you right now. I have some difficulty that I have difficulty. My difficulty is this: to walk into a household and see all the kids in the house and there's no conversation among them. Because everyone in their own world with a tablet or an iPhone, there's no cohesiveness. So when you call them together to the table to have a meal, they come with your little tablet and your instrument, and you're eating. And I'm sorry, I'm old school. I'm old school. You have to put it down. Put it aside, and let us have some conversation.
That's right. Amen. Family time. That's right.
I am, Toys R Us are closing, right? Yeah. So I went, they're completely closed already? Yeah. Okay. I went there and I never saw what I wanted. So there's another toy store I'm going to right now. I'm going to buy, remember Chinese checkers?
Yes.
Remember dominoes?
Yes.
You remember all those board games that you play, Monopoly? I'm looking for them to go to every household where you have kids that are just into their own world, and just hand them these games and take these instruments from them and let us play some board games together and let's talk to each other. Amen. Talk to me, church. Let us talk to each other. And a lot of times, I thank God for Pastor D. Pastor D, my wife. Sometimes I get on the phone and she'll be talking to me, and she's fully aware that I don't do two things at the same time effectively. So if I am looking for something, I don't hear what she's saying. Men, we're not like ladies. We're not like ladies. We're not. No, really, it's true. I mean, let me. I just want to be honest. The ladies, they can be cooking, and you in the other room having a conversation. You're part of that conversation. Then you have the kids over here in another room having that conversation. They have that conversation. So they have the pot, they have the children, they have the husband, they have the sister, and they could have the phone open, and all these conversations at the same time. I don't know how it's done. I'm still trying to figure it out. And then the TV is on, watching the soap opera. How can you do that, John? You just stop this right over here. Watch John. How can they do that? I mean, she's calling me to have a conversation. I don't hear nothing. I'm just looking for some information right here. I'm still trying to figure it out. We have to get back to that place in order to effectively even shepherd our children.
Amen.
Amen.
We must recognize how the children are not being shepherded properly. Why do we have young men trying to molest older women, beating down old men to get what's in your wallet? $2, $2, and you hurt them for that? Where is the strength of the shepherding in the home that's missing? When are we going to get there and stay there? Everything must be understood concerning the strength of you being a shepherd in your own right. You have the ability. Yes, you can, and yes, you shall. Never tell yourself you can't. Oh no, that don't exist in nobody's mouth that believe that God is. If you are a believer, yes, you can, yes, you shall. Yes, I can, yes, I shall. Especially in your household. And start with your children. I understand this, and as he always said to me, be careful what you say, because we're being televised. But there's sometimes just got to beat their butts and straighten them out. If they won't listen, you help them. If they won't listen, you got to help them.
That's right.
Yes.
Why? We are helping them to get to a place where they shall not want.
My God.
Until you help them, shepherds, they will not understand having a need that's not being met. They will misinterpret that and go after what they don't need.
What they don't need, yes.
Why is divorce rate in the church so high? Higher than the word. Why? Why husband and wives that's supposed to be saved have a higher divorce rate? Who forgot to shepherd them? Who forgot to teach them the foundation of relationship? Who forgot? Is it the church? Is it the mother? Is it the father? Is it a priest? Is it a bishop? Who forgot to help them to understand the strength of relationship and why you get married? I take this woman to be my lawful wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, and till death do us part. Oh, you ain't dead yet, but you left. Who forgot to help you to understand the strength of who you're supposed to be as a husband and as a wife? Why we cannot have discussion, normal discussion, and fail to understand the want of each other and do something about it. And then after the fact that they're no longer around, then all of a sudden you miss them. Really? Oh, you had to even appreciate them. I shall not want. There shall be no lack. You shall not be without. He will position us, the shepherd position us, not to decrease, but to consistently increase.
Yes.
We should not walk in bereavement. And that's not only death, but lack consistently to the point that you're having fuss, discussions, and fight over what you don't have, or what you need that you can't receive. Bereavement. So many things in the household are dying into the relationship, and nothing is being done about it. I know this isn't a show. It's not a show today. Relationship at home not supposed to die. The hour that we have, we don't get a chance to really settle in and watch the movies that we used to, because the hours. But sure enough, on a Friday night, she normally working until like 7:30. I'll pick her up. I'll leave her just running home, just to watch Shark Tank. I'll hit that Meadowbrook and hit the Bell Parkway, the Southern State rather, Just to get home for 8 o'clock. Shark Tank. The only thing you watch together, Shark Tank. Football season, football game. She got introduced to football game when Nigeria was a baby. That's 40. That's a little over 40 years ago. She never was a football was a big football fan. She's sitting back there. So Pastor Zeno, Sundays, we watch football Sunday and Monday night and Thursday night. That's about what we do together most of the time. Other than that, we're in the car, going here, running there. What am I saying to you? Relationship must be consistent.
Amen.
And if you don't have a relationship with the Father, the Lord, you will not be able to have a relationship with people.
Amen.
If you don't know how to have a relationship with God, it's difficult to have with people. Why? Because people are going to disappoint you.
Amen.
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 Or they're going to lie on you.
Amen.
They're going to create stories about you. Sometimes even in your own household, they annoy you.
Amen.
So if you don't have a strong relationship with the Lord,
Yes, sir.
it will be difficult for you to forgive those in your household and continue to have a relationship with them like you should.
Amen.
And you might just be the point person, whether male or female, whether mother or father, to do what? To continue to pursue the relationship. That the house will have no lack, shall not want. There should no lack of love in your house, no lack of commitment in your house, no lack of care in your house, no lack of concern in your
Yes,
house,
sir.
no lack of control in your house. If you understand the grace of being in the hands of a shepherd, take note of this. The shepherd will guide the sheep to your destiny. And that destiny is the call on your life. It goes beyond being a husband and a wife, being a boy or a girl, being a man or a woman. Your destiny always goes beyond yourself. There are people that need what you have and must be able to come and function with you, and you help them to become. Shall not want. Watch this here. Take note of this. Take note of this. I would love to, if you could type this up on the board for me. On the monitor. When the transfer begins because of the shepherd's relationship with the Father, it's going to affect the entire household, including themselves. So the sheep will begin to continue to do what? Number one, have courage. When you have relationship with God, courage is number one. You're not afraid to be persistent in your pursuit. Because courage makes you persistent in your pursuit. And when you become that courageous and that persistent, you now begin to recognize really what is my vision. Because too many folks love too many people, just too many people don't have a vision for life.
Amen.
And because we don't introduce our children to have one for their lives. No child should leave high school and don't know what they want to become.
See it.
Amen.
No child. A matter of fact, because we are Christians, and Jesus, who is our Savior, is a Jew, we are literally considered Judeo-Christians. So we need to do what the Jews does. Put something in their hand and begin to train them where we desire to see them go in life. Why do we have 3/4 of the staff in every hospital, the doctors, are Jews? Because someone trained up that child. Someone trained up that child. We're beginning to see an influx of Easterners especially from Thailand and Korea, that are becoming nurses in this country. Why? Someone train them up. Why do we should not have young men and young women in their 20s don't know what to do with their lives. Because no one trained them up. It's a hard statement, but it's a strong statement. It's a true statement.
Amen.
I tell them all the time, build a career in the armed forces. Go to the Air Force, go to the Navy. Don't go to the Marines. Because, hallelujah. And is anyone in here with a Marine? Thank you, Jesus. Those, the Marines, those boys are tough. They will wipe you up with one blow. It's a good place to be, but it's a hard place to be. I thought I was going to become a Marine until I went and I took the test and everything, and they looked at me and said, "You're just too fat." And I said, "Okay." No, I was a little bigger than me. But I said, "Thank you." Came back home. But if we don't position them with a vision to understand, the courage means nothing. The persistency means nothing. Without a vision, the people does what? You die slowly. It's imperative that every person, and it's something in my voice, if you have a vision for yourself, you must have one for your children. You are the shepherd of your home, and you need to lead them. If you're single, you are the shepherd of your life, and you need to lead yourself in the path of righteousness. Okay? Vision. With the vision, now you begin to do what? To increase your wisdom. Because you recognize what you have and what you need to go somewhere. Number 4, strength in your pursuit. Seeking God, number 5. Favor, number 6. And then have that strong commitment to start, to complete, and finish. You have started too many things, and you have not completed nor finished. The Church of Jesus Christ and the people of God, you must understand. You have a vision, go after it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Notice this.
Yes, yes.
Your vision will never become active
Right.
until you go after it.
Right.
It doesn't matter how you have it written on paper. You can write it and write it and write it and read it and read it and read it. But you have to move towards it. If you don't, nothing is going to happen. God don't open doors for folks that are slothful.
Amen. Amen.
He doesn't.
That's right.
You have stopped doing that a long time ago. Manna stopped. The only bread now is Jesus. So if you don't, who will for you? No one. Why? Because what's in you is not in them. What you have, what you're called to become, is not for them. They can help you along the way, but it can't be you. You have to understand. You are wonderful, uniquely, distinctly made by God. There's no duplicate of you. It doesn't matter how they look like you, they may walk like you, they may act like you, when they open their mouth to speak. Not even a Siamese twin. They look alike, they respond alike, but trust me, in them is something different. You have to know that. Let me go through this again. Number 1, courage. Are you writing it down? Are you typing it in? Listen, I just hope you're not one finger tick, 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 tick. Persistency. Pursue. Those are the first 3 that position you to begin to pursue the vision. What's the vision here now? The vision now will bring what? Wisdom, strength, favor, commitment. Folks will commit to you because you have a vision. Folks don't commit to someone that's not doing anything. When folks see you doing something, they're willing to come alongside and help. In Shark Tank, they ask the question, this is a product that you're selling? Yes. How much money you made on this product? That's all you made? That's not a job, that's a hobby. I'm out. In 4 years, all you made was $4,000? That's a hobby. I'm out. In 4 years, you should have made a couple millions already if you're really working what God gave you. Are you hearing me? Same thing with life. If you're working it, it will work for itself and produce for you what you need. So let me finish with this now. Notice this now. In 1 Peter 2:25, I'm going to end here. For ye were as sheep gone astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and the bishop of your soul. I'm going to stop there. Have you written your vision down? Have you pursued your relationship with God first and foremost? And don't be in a household and you just want to be a one-person wrecking crew. Impossible. Every person in your household must know exactly who you are, what you're pursuing. They are all part of that particular vision. Even though I may have one vision, Pastor Z may have a different vision, but I got to support her, and she has to support me. That's how we grow together. And when people see relationship working, then they'll come and join. That's why if you have a relationship with God and God see it working because you're consistent with Him, your consistency provoke God to send angels to watch, to come alongside, to help, and make you produce what God has placed in you to produce for a season. Every person hearing the sound of my voice, there's so many thoughts have crossed your mind. What you could be doing, but you have not pursued it. Let me tell you why. Because within yourself, you don't believe you're capable of. Who told you that lie? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you shall. Don't tell yourself. Don't see it. Try to believe it. And then tell yourself to discover yourself. We have discovered ourselves too long, too often. We have had conversation, some good conversation, that led you to no place. Because you told yourself, I have a vision. And turn right around and tell yourself, but that just seems to be. No, it doesn't seem to be. No, stop it. If you thought it, it's because God gave it to you. You got to pursue it and build it. It's high time that the Christian community, we have great grace, but we don't use it like we should. Because we consistently tell ourselves, listen, when you come to church, number one, you come to worship. What it does, build a relationship. After the relationship is settled and the glory and the presence is here. Number two, you begin to come to your senses and come to yourself. And the word should be able to provoke you to come to your senses and come to yourself. That at the end, when you leave here with something on the inside bubbling. That you have a great desire. I have to get this done. When, how, I don't know, but let me get started. And that's the point. Get started. Get started. Don't sit around no more. Don't waste time. You have a master's degree? You going for your doctorate? Oh, you got your master's degree? Yeah. You study? No. You pursue first before you study. You caught that? If you don't have pursuit in yourself, it doesn't matter how you study, you won't receive it. Are you hearing me? Baby girl? In your heart, pursuit came into you, and you told yourself, yes, I can. You just said to yourself, I'm going for a master's. Just have it that way. You got to have pursuit. You got to have unction. You got to have grace to push yourself and tell yourself, yes, I can. Then you go after it. Because you told yourself, nothing and no one can stop you. When you get to that place, trust me, you'll run through a wall and leap over troops. And nothing and no one can stop you. Stand to your feet. We'll continue with this series next week. We have to get to a place in life. Too many people struggle when it comes to finances. And too many of us settle with what we have. It's high time that the Church of Jesus Christ and the people of God begin to prepare themselves to have business beyond themselves. Oh yes, you can do it. Oh yes. And you can get help to do it. And you can get good legal help that costs you absolutely nothing. Don't look at the money. Don't look at the money. Look at the cause, the call, and watch the dividend grow. Because every time you ask someone about it, but I don't have no money. And there are folks out there that will invest into your business just because the vision is strong. And they see possibility like you do. Father, I thank you, Lord, that every heart is prepared to make a